He's the definition of an MVP, isn't he?
He really is.
He really is. I mean, like on court, off court, it's the truth.
I think he stays healthy. He's going to run away with this thing. My goodness, did Shaq level Ben Simmons last night? I mean, he didn't even say his name, but it was not even a conversation about Ben Simmons. It was a conversation about how great Joel Embiid has been. They go to an interview where Joel Embiid says, I know that that Shaq and Chuck are always on me about consistency and about being, the dominant big man each and every night. And that's what I've been trying to do, and on and on. And then Shaq comes back and he talks a little bit about Embiid. They talk about the season that he's having. And then Shaq just unprompted goes into this like minute and a half long diatribe about basically what a bum he thinks Ben Simmons is and what a coward and a chicken. And
he said the difference between him and Embiid and his soft partner is he can take criticism without being a crybaby, and he still wants to play. And he said great players get criticized, but the great players also step up to the criticism and perform. So this other guy, I don't respect him. I'd get rid of him. That's what Shaq said about Ben Simmons, among other things.
Yeah, he just
didn't even, like you said, didn't even call him by name. Just called him the other guy, the crybaby, the soft partner. Like he called him other stuff, not Ben Simmons.
Well, and Embiid was featured in one of those games last night. LeBron was out for the Lakers with some knee problems, and the Lakers dropped to under 500 through 49 games. But Embiid, while it was not as amazing as some of his recent games, was very good once again. And he has certainly thrown himself squarely into the, hey, this is an MVP run that he is on. When you're 50 games into the season, and last year it looked like Embiid could very well win that award. The award ended up going to Nikola Jokic because of Embiid's injury. It wasn't nearly as close as it possibly would have been if Embiid would have remained healthy. And that has been the issue. He missed some games earlier in the year. He missed 11 games earlier in the year. But last night, Kevin, marked 20 consecutive games that Joel Embiid has played in. And I was fascinated to read this morning that this season, when Embiid plays, just when he is available for the Sixers, they are 26-11. And they are 13-3 since Christmas. So without him, they are 3-8 this year.
That's wild.
So when
That's
you take into consideration that 8 of their losses were games in which he did not play, and that they have won, of 37 games, they've won 26 in which he's been available. And then you look at the numbers that this guy is putting up, and I do think that there is going to be some consideration to the fact that he's gone on and done this without, his partner in crime for the last couple of years. The burden has gotten heavier.
He's the definition of an MVP, isn't he?
He really is.
He really is. I mean, like on court, off court, it's the truth.
I think he stays healthy. He's going to run away with this thing.
Yeah. I think so too. I mean, I think with Joel Embiid, he checks all the boxes.
Well, because the record, people could say, well, the record, where the record is in the standings. But look, that's going to change. And
they're only 2 games back. 2 games back from the number 1 seed.
Well, and as I just said, Kev, when he's been healthy, they're 26-11. So I'm only saying if he's healthy, that I think he'll run away with it. Now, that is with him a massive if. A massive.
Yep.
He has not been able to. Because you take that winning percentage that they have, I mean, they're running away with it. If they play anywhere near the level that they have played at, they're going to have a good enough record because they're 26-11 when he plays. So if he's able to play this out, I think he could run away with the thing because he has been absolutely outstanding. And that's going to make it all the more fascinating when it comes to the trade deadline and if they're able to do something with the Simmons contract in order to get even better pieces around him, because this has got a chance to be like best player in basketball stuff, maybe a collision course with the Heat, or maybe a collision course with Giannis, or maybe a collision course with that Nets team, whatever it may be. And we know that when it gets to that level of play, he's got to have more with him than he has right now. The question will be, will he have more with him when, when they get to that point? And it's going to make for a very interesting couple of weeks leading up to a trade deadline that could have, I don't think you would even need all that much around him with the way he's playing right now and the fact that your record's 26-11 with him. Damn.
Well, and for that matter, I mean, like, everybody knows about Embiid, the scorer, just how dominant he is. We talked about him last week. Like, who does what he does in terms of like his ability to dominate inside with power or finesse from outside, pull up jumpers, 38% from three. I mean, he shoots nearly 50% from mid range. Like, he's just an absolutely absurd scorer as a big man. Then you factor in last night. I mean, what I respect most, in great players is their ability to be what their team needs them to be. And last night, Embiid has 7 assists, and so many of them come from the, like the elbow area with his teammates cutting around him. And like, it's not like Jokic with laser passes, that have auto aim, have accuracy, but like he gets the pass where it needs to be. And like he can become that playmaker when he needs to, because every single season of his career, Embiid has gotten better at handling those double teams, handling pressure, reading and manipulating defenses because of his dominant scoring ability. And like, this guy has just reached a point where he's a dominant anchor, and he is a dominant scorer, and he is a high-level passer and rebounder that just does everything on the court for you in a 7-foot package that we haven't really seen in this way before. Like, he is just a remarkable player, and if he does win MVP, there'll be 2 years in a row a traditional big won MVP. Embiid and Jokic, if they went back-to-back, that's also after 2 years of Giannis getting it back-to-back. That's after like a decade of guards and wings and like in forwards, Kobe, LeBron, Steph winning MVP. Like, the big's back too. I just think it's fun. I don't know. I was just thinking about that last night, Chris, watching the game. It's just fun to have these dominant bigs. I'm happy we have Embiid and Jokic and Giannis and all the Cat for that matter. Like, all these guys, like just these talented big guys in the NBA. Embiid's special, dude. I'm
well,
thankful.
and it's true of there's young guys in the league that are like that too.
Mobley,
yeah,
coming up,
and some on the horizon, like that are going to be. You
Chet
got
Holmgren,
3,
Banchero.
Yeah, you got at least 3 coming up in this next draft, right? That could be very problematic. That are 6'10" plus and just freaky.
And then Victor Wembanyama in the 2023 draft. It's like we get a big wave of insanely talented bigs who can do things guards can do and more.